today's story, it's not Florida man, but rather nearby neighbor Alabama man, who has confessed to stabbing, dismembering his girlfriend because she wouldn't have sex with him on his birthday. Well, I understand the disappointment and all, on your birthday, but the stabbing, dismembering, well, probably not going to be helpful to you in future birthdays either. Let's get started with this. An Alabama man was recently charged with a horrific stabbing death and dismemberment of his live-in girlfriend, all because she allegedly refused to have sex with him on his birthday. Justin Fields, 38, stands accused of 1 count of murder and 1 count of abuse of a corpse for the slaying and mutilation of 52-year-old Tammy Bailey. According to the online news site, the district attorney said that the knife was used both in the slaying and abuse of the body. She was stabbed over 100 times. Well, that's a lot of anger. In a recent update on the case, the county sheriff said the attacks were committed with a survival type knife that has an 8-inch blade. The victim's body was found with one of her limbs severed. Her head was discovered near her feet. Ew. Apparently, he has confessed to the crime as well. Quote, he admitted to my investigator everything he's done, so he's stable enough to know what he was doing, dismissing mental health concerns. He was frustrated because he didn't get what he wanted. Again, understand the frustration, but I don't know that you're going to be getting a lot of what you want in the future either. So not so great. Okay. No. On the night in question, the defendant and his live-in girlfriend were out celebrating his birthday at several businesses before returning to their home. He had a drink of brandy and then he went into his bedroom and was playing guitar. He decided that he wanted to have more intimate relationships, so he went to her room and propositioned her. She refused, and according to his statement, it frustrated him, so he stabbed her in the chest. According to the sheriff, he told investigators he blacked out, went to his own room, and fell asleep. When he woke up, he allegedly thought he was having a bad dream and went on to stab his girlfriend over 100 additional times. Okay. We're pretty sure she was dead on the first blow. When he went back in there the next day, she had not moved. Yeah. He then allegedly called his father, admitted to doing something horrible and expressing a desire to die. Yeah. The defendant's father called a neighbor and family member. That woman showed up at the front door where the brutal death occurred, but he wouldn't let him in. He tells her what's inside is terrible and he doesn't want her to see it. She calls 911. The sheriff's deputies were originally called in what had been presumed to be a shooting. When they performed the welfare check, they discovered worse. The 2 investigators in crime scene tech, who was one of my patrol lieutenants that responded, they have probably close to 100 years combined experience in law enforcement, and they said it's the worst thing they've seen. There are images, mental images you'll never be able to erase. The defendant was apparently taken into custody at the scene. One deputy arrived saying the offender tells him on the body camera, I've done something bad, there's evidence in the house, and you go in, you'll see it's bad. The first responding deputy told the defendant he was going to be handcuffed for both their safety because the deputy had a bad feeling from the discussion. That's okay, you're going to arrest me anyway. Well, he wasn't wrong. Thus, that brings us to the end of the story of Alabama man who wasn't getting any for his birthday and decided to respond to this sadness by stabbing, then apparently going to bed, then waking up and stabbing her 100 more times, then dismembering the body. He apparently has confessed to all this. And yeah. So, going real great over here in Alabama. That brings us to the end of the discussion of this story.